Alrighty. How we doing, everybody? We are going to be going live in just a minute here. Going to send out a couple more calls, let everybody know that we are going to be getting ready to go. We're also going to start our show off with the interview segment. We're going to have Stuff on today.
Yep.
Played at Northwest Majors, SoCal player. Pretty awesome guy. We'll have him come on, introduce all of ourselves in just a couple moments here. So everybody hang tight, and we'll be on momentarily.
We are still experimenting with our format. We have a new time, so I hope everyone can be patient with that. But you don't just create a show out of thin air and have everything go perfectly. So we're working on it. But if you consider the last episode a pilot, just kind of make this episode one. But if things change again, don't be surprised. So
Yeah. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and add stuff in now.
cool.
Let me see. Wait, did you start the call or did I start the call? I'm trying to remember.
You started it.
All right,
Unless
so I
I'm
should be able to.
delusional. Yeah, you should be able to just add them to it. And Bananas just disappeared. Got that technology on deck. If he doesn't appear in a couple of seconds, I'll fix everything. But I'm assuming he's handling it. But yeah, we did not do our show the next week after the first one. Oh, there comes the call. All right. Yeah, we didn't do our show 1 week after the last one because of Northwest Majors and some other stuff, but we're back. So.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, here we are, everybody. We are now officially live. We're going to start off with the interview segment, so let's go ahead and have everybody introduce themselves. Gilt, would you like to start?
Hi, I'm Gilt. I am one of the co-hosts of this show. I'm not sure either one of us act like the main hosts, so I guess we're both co-hosts. Everyone knows me well enough by now. Lab Monster Guy, Jay Gilt on Twitter. Finally showed up to a major and actually played in it instead of not. But still did not play Warrior because I didn't make it out of pools. And that's basically me in a nutshell. There's not much else to say.
Alrighty, and then I'll go next. I'm Bonanza, everybody. I'm the other co-host of the show. Mostly just that play warrior. I did well at one major. I got mostly out of pools. Got top 16, so I'm pretty proud of that. But other than that, just your standard Beowulf player, dishonest characters, etc. And let's have Stuff introduce himself, the zoner extraordinaire.
Oh, hey everyone, it's Seth. I don't really do much in tournaments. I just kind of win sometimes, I guess. I play Fortune, Painwheel, Robo, also Double. Double's not that great though. Anyway, for the most part, I just like to have fun if I can.
Yeah.
All
To
right.
me, you're known as one of the better keep away players. Like actually good at it. Like I know people just know you for that to know you for that, but I actually also think you're good at it. Like plenty of people
I
can
hope
say they
so.
want to play keep away, but I fight you, and it's like I have to actually catch you.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'd hope so.
Well, you do a good job at it. Like I think of you as a keep away player. I think of you as one of the better Fortune players, especially from your region. Like there's only you and Sunset, but you're both really good. Like she got really good really fast.
hmm
Like that's something I want to ask. How do you think you're like? We all know. Like I even asked the other day. Like Wing is the top still, even though he's not playing. But how do you think you're doing versus everyone else right now in SoCal?
Well, I beat Mike yesterday 6-1. I had to reset the bracket, so I guess a little better than usual.
Okay, that's really good. Like
Yeah,
Usually,
it's
yeah.
awesome to hear.
I mean, usually people expect Mike to win, but this time I sort of proved myself, I guess. Um, Against everyone else, it depends, because like I can still lose to Bing even though he doesn't practice that much, because I don't have much experience against Beowulf to begin with, and I don't
that's
really
fair.
know what Beowulf does. Um, there's also sometimes I'll lose to some person, but like it's kind of hard to gauge yourself because everyone feels a bit even, sort of.
Yeah.
And like it's really hard to tell. Like the only way I can tell I'm maybe a little bit better is maybe in tournament because I do a little bit better than everyone else. But at the same time, I think that's just nerves for everyone else, and I don't get as nervous. Well, I'm always nervous, but like, so I guess I'm always in my element.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
So
for
pretty
sure.
fair statement.
yeah, so I'm just used to being nervous all the time. So I guess I do a little bit better in tournament because it doesn't really make a difference to me.
It's actually an interesting way to look at it. Yeah, I just get curious because I interact with plenty of people from SoCal, but I don't always ask how people are doing. And I've always generally saw you as one of, like, obviously not the strongest player, but I've always still thought you were one of the stronger ones because you've always put up a good fight against Wing and SP and Mike, from what I've seen.
Yeah,
So it was just something I had to know. Was like, how are you doing? Because you did really well at my recent major, in my opinion.
I thought I did okay.
You were
Yeah.
one of the more exciting matches to watch in pools.
Oh yeah, for sure. You and Sunset's match was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, no, it was really good. Um, did the major change anything for your perspective on the game?
Uh, Not really.
Mostly just felt like you need improvement, or just
Um, well, let's see. Like, there were some times I was a little disappointed in my set against Ken and Black, because there's like a point where I pretty much had it, and it was just down to Anchor Fuku, and I had all three characters,
okay. Yeah,
and it's like, oh,
that was
yeah.
painful, and I wanted to ask what do you think you lost to Fuku?
Honestly, there's just no Fukuas in SoCal, so I don't know what to block or what she does.
That's fair. I
That's
wonder if that's like a really big problem for SoCal is a lack of characters.
yeah. It feels
Yeah,
like everybody in SoCal plays like Bella and Band.
yeah,
Wow. But well, I've noticed before people always commented because for the longest time you had no doubles until SP picked up double,
yeah.
and then I never thought about the fact you don't have a Fukua either.
Yeah, we don't have Fukua, we don't have Squiggly, we don't have Peacock, we don't have what other character? No, I think that's it. Those three.
Still, those are some like Peacock especially. I would hate running into someone if I didn't have Peacock to train against.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I had to fight well, no, I was just playing TJ in casuals and I was like, I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on. So
Yeah.
for the longest, he'd just win every set because I don't know what Peacock does. I don't know her patterns. I don't know how to jump out of them.
Yeah,
And
she's.
it's like, whoa, whoa, this is too new to me. It's like I want to throw nails, but she can throw everything too.
Oh yeah, like she. She is a character that makes you play the game differently for sure. So I was just that's why it struck me so hard. But Fukua is too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like Fukua is a unique matchup. She has that 50-50 where if you press a button and she pressed heavy kick, you're wrong.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's really scary because it's a heavy counter hit and her damage is low, but if she's heavy counter hitting you every time, it kind of doesn't matter.
Mhm.
I mean, I could lose to a solo Fukua too, so that run back was totally real. Just, I would also feel bad.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it was a thing I could have just stayed back the whole time. I didn't have to like go in or anything. It was just one character. I have beam assist. I have nails. That's
Yeah,
all I had to do.
yeah,
But
that's
I don't know what I did there. Like
That's the thing
it could
about
have been 3-2.
yeah. I
I'm
think that's just the thing about high pressure though. Like you
yeah,
go into a tournament situation and you have a game plan and then something happens and you're like you get super confident. You're like, oh yeah, I can end it right here, and then you
Yeah.
don't go in with your game plan, and then you realize you probably should have stuck with your game plan.
Yeah. It's exactly that. And then I think there was another point where I had like a game-winning combo and then I just dropped it, and well, then Kennen took advantage of that and I lost.
yeah.
That was kind of sad.
That
Like,
was the thing on commentary that Datagram kept saying is if you give Kennen one opening, you lose.
mhm,
So,
yeah, yeah. The
uh,
second he touches me, I just don't really know where to block sometimes because I don't really play him too often. So I don't know what kind of pattern he does because like I don't react to things at all. Like I can't. So I have to play a person a couple times first, figure out what sort of pattern they have, and as soon as I know that, I'll know exactly where to block and all that.
Right.
But if I barely fought you like once, I'm just not gonna react to anything and I'll lose. Like it could be anyone. I'll just lose to them because I haven't played them enough.
That's funny. I didn't know you would consider yourself someone who doesn't react. I guess I try not to assume because I never knew Liam considered himself a reactionary player. Like I apparently, if I'm not mistaken, at some point recently I learned that that's part of his place. Oh, it was from the tweet with Rollback Online. I remember now. He's like, yeah, reacting is a huge part of my playstyle, so that's why online is so bad. So actually, that makes sense because you run away. Because if you're running away, you're never in a situation where you have to react a lot, as compared to when you're just constantly holding mix-ups.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess if I had to like ask anything else at this point, it would be like you say you play for fun. So even though you know what your problems were at the major, do you have any game plan to deal with them, or are you just gonna just keep playing and see how things pan out, even though you have no Fukua to practice against?
Well, I mean, there is a Fuqua in SoCal, but they kind of have a lot of room for improvement and they don't really show up too often.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I can practice against them. It's just that they don't show up as often as they should. But usually when I don't understand something, I'll try to pick up the other character, mostly because, no one else is gonna play them, so I'll have to do it myself.
That's
Like that's
fair.
what I did with Painwheel, because, like our Painwheels are good, but like a lot of them don't really do a lot of the things I expect Painwheel to do. So that's sort of why I picked her up in the first place. It just so happened that at the same time, like, she was a really fun character and I like playing her.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like something interesting to look at is playing a character just for the idea of learning how to play against the character, because you definitely get a really good idea when you play a character of what the character is capable of doing, what they want to do at any given moment.
Yeah.
Well, it's rough, especially when like Painwheel is like a prime example of character you should pick up to learn how to fight because a lot of regions lack Painwheel. And then the regions that have Painwheel, like very few are actually really good, like Domo.
Yeah.
Like, it shocks me. I always sleep on it. I'm like, oh no, it's just the team. He's good because he can do SSGA to install, but then his Painwheel comes out and I get mixed to death. So. Yeah, I don't know. That's a fair way to handle it. It wouldn't be the first time I've heard that, having to pick up a character to handle a matchup. You said double's not good. Well, why do you feel that way?
Wait. Oh, well, I don't think my double's good.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say. By the way, I feel the same way about mine.
Yeah.
Being good with double is hard. So.
I definitely think it's one of those things where double is one of the characters in the game that has such an extremely high ceiling of what you could potentially do with it. It's one of those, extreme toolbox characters.
Yeah.
And it can always do something better with double, I feel.
Yeah.
I feel the big thing with double is you have to want to play neutral. That sounds. I don't know if that
Yeah.
sounds weird, but people used to tell me, all she has is low throw, and they weren't wrong. But I feel it more these days because people don't get hit by cross-up barrel and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to just be willing to like try a mix-up, and if it fails, hopefully you made it safe, and then go back to trying to win neutral. It's not a bad character at all, but definitely requires you to actually play the game. I'm used to just hitting somebody and doing a 5-way mix-up.
Yeah, exactly. Double definitely has extreme mid-range control, but most of her hits are low or, mid. She doesn't have, like, an extremely reliable, overhead. Most of the time, it's pretty reactable. When you see double above you in the air, you think, oh, okay, well, she doesn't have a jumping low, so this is going to be an overhead. And if you see her jump medium kick, it's pretty reactable to know she's going to try for maybe cross-up barrel or something like that.
Yeah. I know you have 4 characters. Do you have them separated into certain teams, or do you just kind of Lego it together?
I think all four just kind of work in whatever order I feel like placing them. Like sometimes I'll play, uh, let's see, Painwheel, Robo, Fortune. If I don't feel like playing double, that works too, because it's still a DP assist.
Right.
except this time it turns into like a spacing DP assist, so that makes it kind of stronger, I think.
That's fair.
I think my order of Robo, Painwheel, and Double is modular, so no matter what order I place it in, it's still going to work. Like if Double's first, she takes advantage of Beam, that's fine. She takes advantage of H Pinion, it works out fine for me. If I don't like a certain matchup for Double, then switch to Robo. And Robo works fine with Pinion and Light Bomber. And that's perfect. If I don't like a matchup for Robo, I'll just go to Painwheel, and then Painwheel takes advantage of H-Beam and Light Bomber. And it just makes the team really flexible overall. I don't really have to think about anything. It's just like, oh crap, I don't like this matchup. I'll just play this character because I think they do a lot better anyway. And if all three of them don't do too well, I'll just switch to Fortune because, I don't
Yeah.
think any of her matchups are all that bad.
No, she has like one of those even spreads in the game, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely agree on that one.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's really decent in all matchups. It's like even if it's headless versus Painwheel, I don't think it's that bad. Like she gets dealt a lot more damage, but like she can still get fiber conversions off of her if she wants to.
Oh
She can
yeah, because you only need the one hit when your head's taken off.
yeah. So you just hit her once and it's like, oh crap, that's a combo. You're gonna die now.
Yeah. You also have Omnom for the counter armor in that matchup.
Oh
I think
yeah,
I think it definitely goes both ways depending on whoever gets hit first.
yeah, so even that, like, it sounds like not a good matchup because Painwheel can take advantage of doing more damage to the head, but it's like it still feels kind of even to me anyway, just because it's Fortune.
Yeah. I have a question actually. Here's something I'd like your opinion on Fortune related. I don't remember what patch it was, but it was one of the last ones we got. Mike added a buffer on Fortune's incoming for the head. Is it working?
Well, a lot of people try to do an incoming, and it's like, no, dude, I got sneeze. I'm just gonna sneeze and block, and that's it, and that's safe now. It's like, oh, okay, well now the pressure's mine, because I made you block sneeze instead.
That's pretty beautiful. I should play that character as much as I barrel on incoming.
Like
I
you
was
can
just
distract
curious.
yourself and try to hit the head, but it's like, well, now you're wasting your time on the head, and I get to go in and not block anything anyway.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. Because yeah, you're gonna have to call your assist to deal with the head. That's like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that's really nasty.
The real problem is like playing against Headless Fortune is always like playing the floor is lava. Like you have to like carefully jump and then like block and then jump and then if you want to approach Fortune if she's headless and running away. It's definitely a very frustrating game to play if you don't have an onus to make Fortune want to come towards you because you're worried about, zooms and noms and headbutts and all kinds of sad things that will happen to you if you're on the floor.
I get nommed every time I fire a projectile versus that character, whether it's Luger or Tear Shot. I'm so predictable and I get nommed. It's such a painful thing. Earlier you had a team with Anchor Fortune on. I actually discussed that with Twerk. How does Anchor Fortune work out for you?
I mean, you're already playing the character that can assist herself. Like I don't know how people look at anchors when it comes to like, oh, they can use the meter. Fortune, she can't really do that, but it's like, I'll just go headless, and headless does like a lot of damage anyway.
Yeah.
So like I don't need all the extra meter that badly. So Fortune can just work out without all the meter, and Robo and Double can use that first.
Yeah.
And
Fortune builds her own anyways.
yeah,
Fortune
builds
builds
her
their own.
Yeah, that's an interesting, because I look at anchors in two ways. I look at the anchor that can dump their meter, and that's fine. But I also look at the anchor that is the character you play, so you're confident with them. So I kind of figured that's what Fortune Anchor was for you.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's a good last resort because I'm more familiar with her anyway. Like I started off with her as a solo anyway, so I know what to do as her by herself with nothing else. And she doesn't really require too much meter, and I'm going to spend it all with as a Robo anyway, or Painwheel, because it's better
Yeah.
too.
I mean, all three of your other characters, Robo, Pinwheel, and Double, can just
Dump meter like monsters.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Painwheel almost needs it. Robo is actually really good spending it, and then Double can go either way. Double's fine without it, better with it. So.
Mhm.
Okay, Anchor Fortune. Oh, here's as someone. So I fight Don a lot, and every fortune is different. And he head spikes me a lot. Do you ever
Oh.
use that in neutral? Do you ever just head spike in the air?
Yeah, I used to. Well, actually, no. Sometimes my assists do still work for that. Like I would do uh cat spike and call an assist, and it'll launch the head immediately. It'll just go like cat spike, and then the assist hits the head, and it'll launch it. Like that
Oh,
was one of my favorite things to do. Is just like volleyball. You spike it, and then it just
that's
shoots to the other
actually
person.
really cool. I didn't consider head spiking into the assist.
Yeah, like it's a great way to get the head right next to them while also staying the hell away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'll probably think of like one more thing and get close to wrapping it up because we should move on to our next segment. Actually, what I'll do is ask you: is there anything on your mind that you want to talk about or that is interesting to you in regards to Skullgirls, tournaments, the game, whatever? It can be anything, Northwest Majors, whatever. Um,
Uh, I only hope that brackets get a little bit better because it wasn't really fun double jeopardizing my own region.
oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, no, that was really awful.
Yeah, I felt really bad. I was just like, oh man, I don't wanna fight Sunset again. That's kind of, I'll feel like a jerk, and I
Yeah.
did. It's just like I don't like. It's just one of those things where you don't want to win because it's like, oh man, I already beat you once. You probably feel sad about it, and now I got to do it again. I don't really want to, but I kind of
And
have to because I
yeah,
want to be top 8.
and a lot of us really, really wanted to see more SoCal make it out of pools. So to have SoCal have to fight itself was like, why?
Yeah,
Especially
that
since you two were doing really well. You two are like two of the best representatives of SoCal in the pools. So to have to fight each other was really weird.
yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Definitely felt a little bit bad on the seeding, I think, for SoCal going into it.
Yeah,
Because
well, I
it
mean,
was a seeded tournament, right? If I remember correctly.
yeah, I got seeded, if I remember right.
They probably
Um,
just didn't know, but still, that sucks.
yeah, I think they were supposed to randomize it by top 16, but I think instead they did it for top 8, and
Hmm.
well, that sort of happened. And that was kind of bad. I didn't really enjoy that, and I guess overall though, I just like SoCal to go to more tournaments because I don't think a lot of people see SoCal as like a very good region or any, or I guess West Coast in general as a good region or anything. Like the most people you can name out is like, oh, Liam, or oh, Wing, and like then there's everyone else, and it's just like, well, I mean, there's the rest of us, but like we're not as good,
Yeah,
and I hope going out to more tournaments will change that.
I think it will because I felt like everyone put on a good performance. Like, I don't think it matters how fast you get there, just that you do. Because I felt like SoCal has always been steadily improving. It's just like a difference in how fast compared to East Coast. Because East Coast did skyrocket early. But to be fair, like some of the better players come from other games where they were already good players. And then they sat and, like, Sage and Sonic, what, did first to 50s all the time.
Mhm.
So y'all have had a steady local, and it seems like to me you have the rate of improvement I would expect. Like Miniman's came a ways. Sunset got really good really fast. That performance at Northwest Majors was just to be quite honest, I hurt her pretty bad in our last set,
Mhm.
and
Oh
she was
yeah, I
like
heard you talk about it
yeah, she
actually.
was like I can't win, and I was like yes you can, and then when she beat me I was like wow she can. Like I believed it, but I'm
Yeah.
proud of her. Um, and your gameplay was really good, like up until like the Kennen thing happened. But that was literally what the commentators said would happen, so I wouldn't even blame you for that. You just have to be able to prepare for that next time, because otherwise you did amazing. Like I enjoyed watching your matches a lot. So
Well, I'm glad about that. A lot of times I just hope people like watching me play because it's like, oh, I don't like, because I feel like my play style is often like, oh man, I like it, but I don't like playing against it. I'd rather not watch you play. I
to
feel like that.
to be quite honest, everyone in this game, not everyone, but a majority of the players, even if there's small variances in play style or interests or teams, up to a degree, people are either running in your face and hitting you or waiting patiently to run in your face and hit you. And I guess you do sort of lean towards the latter of that, but I feel like you run away more than anyone. I actually appreciate it. Like, I guess maybe if you play Marvel 3 and you watch Morrigan all day, you get tired of stuff on screen.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I appreciate it in SG, especially because it's not Peacock. And that's not anything against Peacock, but like any Peacock can put stuff on screen and run away. Like, it's still hard. I'm not saying that's easy. Please, no one take
Yeah.
that. Playing Peacock's hard. But like, you expect her to do that. And you kind of expect Robo to do it. And Painwheel can go either way. And then Fortune is a rushdown character, doubles mid range. I just like watching you do your thing. It's effective. Watch people get blown up by it. It's nice. I mean, that's good to me. I guess I'm kind of like Mike, but not, because everyone gets hype about really close matches. But honestly, those are the sloppy ones. If I watched you just turtle the heck out of somebody and it was clean and you won, I would be hyped.
Yeah. The thing about like watching like a super close match means that like both players are playing either to a close to equal level or that each player was playing really sloppily. When you want to see a player do really well, it's always a very clean win, right?
Yeah. I feel like me versus Sunset was hype and the crowd was cheering and stuff because it was really close, but it was like both of us slopping.
Yeah.
She still did better than me. Like, I'm not gonna say slop was the reason I lost. I guess it was. People were like, "You were too nervous," but we were both being sloppy, which made a hype match. But I don't know. I like watching those clean matches, especially. I don't know playstyles like yours, just because I don't see them. It's nice. I really hope you do well at the. Are you gonna go to Combo Breaker or try?
Yeah.
Okay.
I already got everything prepared.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'll see you in Mario Party.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I have to see you in Mario Party as well.
Okay, well, I'll be doing it drunk most likely.
Okay, then I will get drunk with you, and we'll.
Yeah, I'll
I'll s-
oblige you. I'll also see you in Nitro. It's
Yeah,
time.
I'll,
It's time for offline Nitro run too.
I'll see you in all of the most awful casual offline games you can find. I want to see you in Mario Kart, actually.
Mario Kart
We
8.
can arrange
Bring
that.
a Wii.
I'll bring the Wii U one, actually. The Wii U Mario Kart's actually good. Um, no, I'll totally see you at Combo Breaker. Thank you for the interview. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for coming on, man. It was super short notice, but we really appreciate you coming on. They were a great guest.
yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, I
Uh,
guess.
I say this in real life a lot, so he's probably tired of hearing it. But in case anyone listening doesn't know, Stuff has really cool hair, and
You-
you should be jealous of it. Like, if you've ever seen Hillary and you should be jealous of how stacked Hillary is, you should be jealous of Stuff's hair. Like, no one is as cool as Stuff. No one runs away or has cool hair like Stuff. So no matter how Stuff places, you always have that above you. It's like, wow, I only got top 16, but my hair is better than yours.
Well, for me, it's more my stick. It's just like, because ever since I started, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have a cool stick because I'm not that good, but at the very least, I'll have a nice looking stick.
That's a good goal.
That's a good goal. It really is.
All right, thanks, dude. I'm not
All
trying
right.
to
Well,
put
thanks
you
for being
off.
on, Stuff.
Yeah, see you guys.
See you.
See ya.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, that was Stuff, everybody. Give him a round of applause in the chat. Give him a clapper.
Yeah. So that's a cool guy, and he was really cool for doing that for us. So we'll go ahead and move on to our next segment. And what we have today is I do not have match footage to analyze. There are reasons for that. I'm actually waiting for our next segment where we're going to try to actually do a Northwest Majors, post Northwest Majors themed talk. And during that one, we're going to review some Northwest Majors footage, and that may take up a big part of our talk next time. That being said, today we're going to look at something very short and make a topic out of it. I've already posted this all over Twitter, so I'm sure JMZ doesn't mind at this point. He did really well in this set, by the way, if anyone's curious about the wins. The only reason it's in my favor is unfamiliarity. Once he started adjusting to the matchup, it was fine. But we had a little Skullgirls thing happen. And normally, like, things happen in Skullgirls all the time. You don't like can't make a topic out of every little whatever just happened to Skullgirls, but what happened here has to do with a nerf that I feel some people still feel which way's about, which was the Dynamo nerf. So Dynamo was like everyone's favorite anti-air.
Yeah, it was. Favorite anti-air, favorite anti-cross-up tool.
Yeah, and that got bopped, and a lot of people still have the habit of doing Dynamo. But I think what's surprising is what else it will lose to now, because it's not that it just loses to like cross-ups or anything in that region, but it loses to things that are also doing that, but that's generally not why you're doing it. Like this clip. I guess we'll put this off at the same time, so we'll do a 3, 2, 1 play.
Yep, sounds good.
3, 2, 1, go.
So,
So I get the hit with Squiggly, and what I'm generally about to do here is try to tag into double off the stagger, but I'm at the wrong position on screen, and that happens. So
yep, and then bam.
if you didn't quite catch it, so normally when you do silver cord and you tag to double, if you're at the right place on screen, it will combo, and then you will get to play double. It's a very easy way to bring her in. If you're too close to the corner, I think doubles tag takes too long to reach some characters who have thinner or weirder hurt boxes, and it no longer combos, which usually ends with you being punished. But in this case, JMZ did Wake Up Dynamo. I think he buffered it out of lock and load for a second too. He was like trying to match it probably, and he just got split second lock and load then Dynamo. And because of the nerf, doubles tag crossed him up meaty. And during his Dynamo, and absolutely bopped him. And this is the kind of stuff where, honestly, I'm not going to say the nerf shouldn't have happened because of this. He shouldn't have been matching Dynamo. But it is very awkward to see it lose to things like that, to say the least. And I know people, when it gets brought up, still actually do not feel happy about that nerf.
It definitely hurts a lot of Bella's matchups. Like, I think the biggest pain with that is definitely the Filia matchup, because a lot of the time, the advice in the Filia matchup for Bella when you're being hit is just hit Dynamo, match Dynamo, right? People would say that all the time. Just Dynamo.
Yeah.
But now you really need to think about if she's going to do a cross-up and your Dynamo's going to whiff, because that would be really tragic against Filia, giving her the extra on Dizzy with the counter hit and the damage, of course.
Yeah, no, it's really a mess, to say the least. I'm playing it back in slow motion just so everybody can watch it. But like, she still has options versus Filia, but it definitely feels like other characters now. I mean, before you were spending a meter, so that was disadvantageous to what other characters could do. But now she definitely has to rely on stuff like Stan Light Kick, and that's just not as good. I mean, it's an amazing hitbox, and it's fast. But for some reason, it doesn't feel as clean as, say, Squiggly, like jabbing you out of IAD.
Yeah.
Or maybe Valentine doing stand medium kick or crutch medium punch or jab or one of her 50 buttons to deal with the situation.
A little bit more awkward to convert off also.
Definitely. Oof.
You have to use your OTG basically on the first chain every time, just because you have to basically knock your opponent to the ground with jump hard kick and then pick up off of it. Just because of the height, you can't really do like a clean restand off of it.
Like, something tells me Bella definitely has answers because it's Bella, but it's gonna take people time to adjust to don't just Dynamo.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think the one thing people are going to have to use more is Devil Horns, because that's really the spot of Dynamo that died. It still hits in front of it. It's when they're right above you when it stops working, which is exactly where Devil Horns hits. So,
yeah.
It's just scary to want to use that DP, and I understand. Like, Devil Horns has one of the weirdest hitboxes in the game, in my opinion. Not because it doesn't hit in front of itself, but because of where it does hit.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like an arcing back hitbox.
It
in the air.
It like hits. It doesn't hit in front of her at the feet, which is fine because people use it for setups and 360. It's like intentional. It doesn't. It has no horizontal range on the ground. It hits right above her head, and then as you get up to the top of the devil horns itself, it actually hits quite a ways in front of the hand.
Yeah.
It's really strange, and it's a very specific place to anti-air. Like it almost specifically at times seems to be a button that's meant to bot Painwheel for trying to cross you up with jump heavy kick. 'Cause that's one of like
Yeah.
the cleanest answers for that.
It definitely is. I back when I don't know, a long time ago when I was still getting a lot better at the game, still learning a lot. There was a Paintball player I used to play all the time called Nuns. I don't know if Nuns doesn't really play anymore.
Nuns doesn't play anymore, but I remember Nuns.
And when I was first learning the Paintball matchup, I had such a hard time until I realized I could Devil Horns a lot of the stuff that he was doing, and it would work a good portion of the time whenever I could get it to come out.
Yeah,
So,
it's
definitely a usable tool.
It's very anti-Painwheel. I don't know why it works so well versus her, but she hangs out in that zone where Devil Horns wants to hit. But otherwise, yeah, like it's such an awkward tool, and you have to do it pretty late versus something like an IAD because they need to be in your face. Because if you do it early,
Yeah.
they're just gonna bop you for it. And used to you would just dynamo out of it, but that died too. So your timing has to be a lot better. Oh no, it's definitely awkward. Dynamo Nerf is weird, and I've seen it also mess up like happy birthday situations.
Oh yeah,
Like used to, Dynamo would give you free happy birthdays because it would do weird stuff and juggle people from behind, fling them in front of you. And now I actually see it like hit assist and drop the point character, and then Bella like dies.
and then Bella dies.
Yeah.
That's the gist of it. And then there's also like Cross Under Dynamo does not work nearly as well anymore because it'll drop halfway through. Like for example, if you're doing like Concho Cross Under Dynamo.
Yeah.
If it drops, then it's tragedy.
Yeah, it's pretty much it changed a lot more for Bella than I thought it would, to be quite honest. When Mike did it, I totally know why he did it because I can't count the times I've intentionally jumped over Bella and blocked and got hit by Dynamo.
Yeah.
So I get it. I understand why the nerf happened, but it's one of those nerfs that was probably so late in the game cycle. I guess that's why he did it the way he did. I can only imagine it's in that group of there's a better way to do this, but we don't have time. So this is the safest option. So that's probably why there's so many trade-offs. It's not like Bella doesn't deserve to get smacked. She's top tier. So to be quite honest, she's a step above so many characters in this game just for having a tool for everything. So I guess Dynamo taking a hit is fine. But it's tragic what happens because of it. I hope people break the habit because that's the only reason Jamesy got hit there. Like he even tweeted back at me. He was like, "Dynamo everything." It's like no, not anymore. I'm sorry. That's
See if he did jumping hard kick, that definitely would have won there.
Yeah, if it was Bella jump heavy kick. Bella jump heavy kick is a mystery. I know we're supposed to talk about the nerf, but we're kind of over that topic because it's running out. But just to talk about Bella for a second, why can she fuzzy jump heavy kick into itself?
These are the questions we need answers to.
She can do jump in, jump heavy kick, do rising jump heavy kick. It will fuzzy with the disjointed tip, and it's like a true fuzzy. It's not even you're still trying to block high, whatever. It's an actual fuzzy guard. It's a block string, and it's safe. It's safe. Like she can't combo off of it. I'll give her that. She has to have an assist because there's no way you're comboing off rising jump heavy kick that I know of, unless she has some magical. I tried to falling elbow off of it or whatever, or falling clap. Well, she can do that too. Jump in, jump heavy kick, rising clap, falling clap, rising clap, elbow. Give the grappler 5 overheads.
Yeah.
What a character! I just jump heavy kick tilts me. That button.
Yeah, that button is absurdly good. And this is a topic for another day I have, but aerials and Skullgirls are gross.
We will make that a topic. But yeah, I was gonna say people whine about Bella jump medium punch, and they're not wrong. You can whine about her jump light kick, her jump light punch, her jump medium punch, elbow. All of those buttons are whine worthy. I actually don't hear people whine about clap, even though you can overhead with it. But jump heavy kick is the one that gets me. People jump medium punch, and I've accepted that that's a giant blob marble hitbox forever ago. Just heavy kick doesn't make sense to me. I don't get that move. And I know exactly what it looks like. I know how fast it is. I know what the move is. But what it does doesn't make sense to me. It wins situations where it's like, I just kind of accept it. Like, it hits me, and I'm like, all right, I'm visualizing this, and it doesn't make any sense, but that move wins now, and I'm not challenging it again, because I've already learned my lesson forever ago. I would continually try to challenge it and just be wrong.
Every time.
Yeah, every time. It's the ultimate tool. It's
The ultimate bud. It's the Crypt Kitty.
Yeah, it's the crypt. It's offense. It's defense. It's a mix-up. It's pressure. It's everything. It's the disjointed tip. I swear, is what makes it so good. For it to be so small, it's that little.
Exactly.
It's the knives on the shoe. They're like laced with
The knives on the shoes.
They're laced with poison, dude. Or
Would you say, Gil? Would you say it's in the shoes?
Yeah, it's in the shoes. I just.
Alrighty,
You know those big yellow shoes Fizz bought? Put those things on
No,
Bella.
no. We can't say that. We
Okay.
can't say that.
Okay.
No, please.
That's all. Just put that on Bella though. It'll cover up the knives. I give her some Tims.
No.
That would be a good nerf. Like
The big yellow sneakers.
Yeah.
Not like this.
No, big yellow Tims for Bella. Just nerf her.
Oh, no.
You can't hide a knife in your Tims. They'll take it away. Okay.
Can't take it through the school metal detector, Bella. That's not allowed.
Yeah, that's not allowed. Okay, let's see. We already did interviews, so we are at our secondary topic. Sorry for pulling up the wrong title card for a second. I do that. All right. Our closing topic is NCR. Because NCR just happened. Like, Northwest Majors happened, but NCR happened right after it, and we're going to save Northwest Majors for next week if we can. So let's talk about NCR. There's, like, 3 major points to this topic. So I'll get to the easy one first, which is congratulations to Dawn for winning.
Yep, shout outs to Don, but I think it was kind of a foregone conclusion. No offense to the players there.
No,
But-
other people felt that way too. It's not like a secret. Dawn was
Yeah.
like the name that was, but the people that were contenders to win still were like, we named who we thought could possibly beat Dawn or challenge Dawn, and that was Johnson and Pleasure, and they did it. Like, they made it that far.
Yep,
So-
they definitely were there up at the top to try to take him. But Don, I don't know, just kind of on a not a different level. Well, kind of a different level, but there's definitely some improvement that needs to be done before, I think Don gets taken off the NorCal seat.
Yeah, let's also talk about Dawn for a second, because I haven't really even heard from Dawn for a while. I honestly haven't thought about or heard from Dawn since last Northwest Majors. Like, because Dawn placed at Northwest Majors last year.
Yeah, he did.
And then he, like, took his trophy and left. He just flew that. He, like, immediately got his prize and left, and no one saw or heard from him. And then I haven't really heard or seen anything about Dawn since then. I was pretty sure that was after everything that happened at Salty that I heard about. Like, I have not heard or seen from Dawn. And I kind of expected him to show up to this Northwest Majors, and he didn't. So I guess it's not surprising to me that he went to NCR instead. But I don't even know how he's doing as a player. I literally based my thoughts on how he would do in NCR off how he did over a year ago at the last Northwest Majors, because that's the last time I've seen him play.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't really see him, I haven't seen him at all play recently. I don't even think I haven't watched too many online tournaments, but I don't even think I've seen him in very many of those. And that's where he used to show up a lot.
I heard his name. I don't know what team he's playing. I don't know if he's rusty. I'm actually I want to do some investigative work for people here in the chat that know anything about NCR. We need to go talk to Pleasure and Johnson and all the other people in the bracket and be like, what's up with Dawn? Like,
Well, Johnson's in chat, so I think
yeah,
Pleasure was here earlier too.
I just want to, like, how's he doing playstyle wise? Like, as a person, I'm sure he's fine. I'm not gonna.
Is he still playing Fuqua?
Yeah, because Fuqua changed since then. That's one of the things that I'm curious about. Did he stick with New Fuqua? Like, how is Dawn doing? I'm still going to let that topic ride in case you have to say about it, but the other 2 things to discuss at NCR is NCR's place as a Skullgirls tournament, because that's a community-wide topic that has already been on the table for discussion, because NCR and Skullgirls don't have the best track record together.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, the commentators and people who were basically helping run it was Clawmaster and Afro Dynamics. So I do want to say thank you to both of them. Because regardless of everyone's feelings about SG and NCR, anyone who's willing to run an SG tournament for any reason deserves thanks.
Yeah,
So-
and Afro and Clawmaster have been running SG tournaments and helping the scene out for a long time. So shout outs to those two guys.
Yeah, they do a good job, and I appreciate what they do. Because I don't feel. I guess I can't say I don't feel one way or the other, but I don't have enough personal experience with NCR to have a valid opinion on its treatment of Skullgirls and how we treat the tournament in turn or anything like that. But it's like really clear how I think a good chunk of the community feels from what I've seen on Skullheart and in chats. To be honest, I actually don't feel like a whole lot of the community has said much. But what has been NCR's track record with Skullgirls is not amazing. And boiling down to why should we care? And I honestly don't have an answer for that. Like I said, I'm not involved enough to provide any insight on whether or not we should be supporting SG at NCR. I'm just glad it ran. Which brings to the final part of the NCR topic, which is it barely ran. Did everyone see the NCR hotel?
Yeah, it was kind of nutty.
It sounds like the tournament went fine, but the hotel like fell apart. This is not the first time we've had this happen at FGC Major. Shade Money said this is Apex 2015, and I think Evo last year. I remember Hanzo Gonzo having water coming out of his lights, so maybe it's just a curse.
The curse.
The curse. But like, okay, I don't even know exactly what happened. I've read about it, but there was like a fire on the upper floors, and then there were sprinklers, and that flooded several floors. This sounds crazy. Is anyone in the chat that can tell us about the hotel? Let me see what Johnson. Don's from SoCal and took our NorCal money. Said he hasn't been playing much Robo, but I don't believe him. It's mostly Claw. Afro was added into commentary because he was at NCR for KOF. That's fair. Still, I'm still gonna thank Afro for that because he would be cool enough to like jump in and do commentary for us. So thank you, Afro. Just Cursed Hotel though, like I hope that don't happen at Combo Breaker, please.
well, it's okay. I mean, there should be a good amount of hotels around the venue, right?
Yeah, everything should be fine. Just yeah. Oh, that's also something I got to work out. I'll save that for off the talk show, but just you know what? I will say it here. I have my local guy wants to make it to CB, and our room's full. So, room sharing people, contact me.
Yeah, hit Guilt up. He's trying to hook up his boy.
Yeah, because we got to represent Alabama. That'll be a haul too from my region.
We gotta represent the Southeast Coast. We got our Florida boys and our Alabama boys.
Yeah, we got to send them. And hey, anyone that's showing up to CB and chat, see me, because I'm trying to fight as many people as possible. See me and see me and stuff in Mario Party.
Oh yeah, see me in Nitro.
Yeah, see.
I'll show you the real
Nitro.
Mefica.
See me in Chaos Code. Actually, see in Mexico Juice in Chaos Code. He's way better at that game. But no, I think we'll be fine at CB. I've never heard terrible things about the hotel or the venue. I've heard the biggest problem with CB is that you're either stuck at the hotel or the venue, and I remember something about an expensive ride from the airport for some people. But maybe I'm imagining things, and I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have a good time. That's all I know.
Yeah, same. I just want to, logistics. I'm one of those guys sometimes, even though I'm lazy and then don't actually do anything.
No, I
So-
feel it.
So hopefully no cursed NCR hotel. I'm gonna actually try and get some details from people like more about Dawn and NCR later because I'm curious. I can't speak for the Northwest Majors Hotel because I stayed with some people. So I was cursed with memes instead of flooding. But I heard the hotel at Northwest Major was perfectly fine.
Speaking of which, we'll save it for the next show. But I am curious about how your rooming situation at Northwest Majors went. So we'll save it for next
really
time.
great. I'm gonna leave it at that, but really awesome. And if any of you have ever wanted to know, is Pacific Northwest cool? The answer is yes. The answer is you should go to Northwest Majors. You should go to Seattle in general and just eat, by the way, because all the food's really good. And I have word from Kenan that all the bitches are hot too. So
Shout out to Ken Black.
for real, go to Seattle and hit up the Wendy's. There's a girl there apparently that Kenan lost his heart to, and you need to
No.
yeah. So hit up that Seattle Wendy's and get you a hot lady. No, really, go to Northwest Majors though. Like the three majors I think of for Skullgirls is still CB, Seotaku, and Northwest Majors. CB is Art Evo, so that's what I think of it as. It's not that I don't think I'm gonna have fun, but I think of it and I'm like, this is the tournament that I'm going to play Skullgirls for. Seotaku is the tournament that I'm going to have fun at, and Northwest Majors was that too. Like I took my tournament play seriously, but wow, you'll just have fun at Northwest Majors. Please go, like, and plan in advance so you can afford it. But it's very much worth it. Seattle's great. Everyone at Highline is great. Like every tournament has its bumps, but whatever. Northwest Majors is fun. We'll talk about the actual experience next week, and maybe that will give you a better reason to go. We're also going to try to get some interviews of people who went to Northwest Majors. That way you can get more of a look into the experience. Because it wasn't just for Skullgirls. It was really the whole event was fun. It really, really is. Go to Seattle.
There was a lot of games. Really awesome, like, kind of tournament. I've never been, but watching the streams, it was really, really awesome to watch.
The best,
especially seeing Sunset play in Blaze Blue was pretty fun too.
The best mystery game tournament. Like,
oh yeah,
I'll spoil that little bit. Nidhogg was wild. Okay.
Nidhogg was wild.
Nidhogg was wild, and half the crowd lost their voice from screaming, "Get that dick! Get that dick!" So, yeah, no, mystery game tournament was really, really good. Go to Northwest Majors, you'll have a fun time. There's plenty of people there to help you have a good time, and that's what I can say is my favorite thing about tournaments with Skullgirls community so far, is it looks like everyone else in their community is having a good time, but I always feel like Skullgirls community is having an extra fun time at every major. The two I've been to so far, we seem to be the ones that are hiking together in groups to the Wawas and the chicken places and just having a good time. So that's another thing. If you're going to go to a major, if you're not already integrated in the community, go to the major to get integrated. But if you can start getting people to chill with before you go, you'll have a better time. Like, get you a group. Get you some fam. It makes a difference. But that's all I really have to say about NCR.
Get a room, have fun, enjoy yourselves, and I hope to see everybody. Since Combo Breaker's coming up, I hope to see you guys there. Hit us up. Me and Gelt will probably be together, more than likely.
Yeah, I believe we're going to be rooming together, so we'll probably be hanging out together for most of the event. So just hit us up, and we'll roll by. And
we're going to do our best opinion dash intro voices.
Oh, yeah. No, maybe we'll even, I mean, last Combo Breaker's hotel internet has went out before, but maybe we can do a live show from Combo Breaker just for the heck of it.
Yeah, we'll be there. We couldn't do it in Northwest Majors because I didn't get to show up this time. But at CB, maybe we'll do a live from CB show if the timing works out.
That'll let us get some good interviews. That'll be our chance to drag Mike onto the mic.
Yeah, we'll get Mike on mic.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Just so I can ask him about Chaos Code. Anyways.
Oh, yeah. Mike on Chaos Code.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I would love to hear Mike's full opinion on that. Game, but we're going to be wrapping up here in a second. So I guess we'll go ahead and give our goodbyes. And sorry the show was a little bit, little more scatterbrained this time around, since we just want to save a lot of the content that we had coming up for Northwest Majors.
Yeah.
Or rather, the discussion on it.
We're a flexible format show, and I guess I'm just going to tell my audience to hold that because I don't think they care too much. But yeah, we will try to be a little more consistent as time goes on. Like I said, we're still shaping this up, but I'm going to be honest, this was better than the pilot. So,
yep.
thank you all for coming. It means a lot. It really does. I'm glad that people actually show up to this. And seriously, give us feedback. Give us ideas for topics. Tell us you want to be interviewed. We actually probably will do it. If you're free at this time, because this is our current time that we're trying to stick with, which is about 1 p.m. CST. So you can translate that to other time zones. If you're off work, if you play Skullgirls, that's pretty much enough for us to want to interview you, especially if we already know you. Even if we don't, it's fun to interview a fresh face and learn about somebody. Maybe you're new to the game or whatever. So yeah, hit us up. I'm at JGLLT, JGilt on Twitter. You can just at me and say I want to be interviewed. We have some stuff lined up already, but we'll put you in the lineup. That's all I have to say. Got anything, Bananas?
No, but I think that's about it. Shout outs to all of the viewers coming by. Shout outs to Stuff for coming in for a very short notice interview.
Yeah.
Really awesome of him, and he was a great guest. Like I said, maybe we'll see you guys at Combo Breaker. I was actually even thinking about maybe doing like a semi-panel, so you guys show up and hang out with us. But really awesome that all you guys showed up. Thanks for watching, and I guess that's my piece.
And don't just contact us for interviews. Contact us for match footage review too. That is one of our segments, and we need match footage. Make sure it's on YouTube, and if you can get it without commentary voice, that's better. But if it's from a tournament and it has commentary on top of it, that's fine. We might just review it muted because we don't want to have to talk over other commentary. But yeah, add us for interviews. Send us your match footage. That's all I have to say. Thank you all for coming. We will see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Same
Good
time,
afternoon.
Saturday, 2:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Translate that however you like.
All right. Later.
Later.